Money is a practical and necessary part of life. Coming together in marriage to create a new economic unit will require some time to establish a shared understanding between the two of you and a plan for how you will navigate this area together. Nearly all married couples will experience periods of financial difficulty and challenges. Therefore, it is wise to lay a firm foundation on biblical principles as you begin.
So firstly, planning. Having a plan for your money is called a budget. A budget is telling your money where you want it to go rather than wondering where it went. In Luke 14:28 we read, "Suppose one of you wants to build a tower. Won't you first sit down and estimate the cost to see if you have enough money to complete it?" Budgeting might sound a bit like a simple and obvious thing, but a workable budget could be one of those things that keeps getting pushed aside and all the organisation needs doing and the fun you're having when heading into marriage. Having a realistic view of the money that comes in and deciding together where it should go is important. It brings you to a common place of understanding and expectation, and it can help keep you from ending up in unnecessary debt.
The key to budgeting is to be realistic. Plan for the miscellaneous and have a contingency for those unforeseen costs. But also within your budget, you can ensure you prioritise those things that enhance your relationship and life. Budgets are flexible, so you can revisit and adapt these as your income or expenses change. Financial situations are never certain, but committing to budgeting as part of managing your finances will determine how you navigate any financial situation, in plenty and in want.
Secondly, stewardship. If you're a follower of Jesus, you are owned by God. In fact, you are twice owned. God knit you together in your mother's womb. He created you, and then He redeemed you at the cross. Your life is His, and all you have is given to you by Him. And so as people owned by the Lord, we are stewards of all He has given us. We are managers, not owners. We are caretakers of His assets, which He has entrusted to us for a season. And how we handle our money and possessions demonstrates who we really believe is the true owner, God or us. Here's a great question to ask when making financial decisions. In spending this money, am I acting as an owner or a steward of what God has entrusted to me? When we grasp that we're a steward and not an owner of what we have, it totally changes our perspective.
Thirdly, generosity. This flows out of stewardship. Generosity is being open-handed and not tight-fisted with what we have been given for the blessing of others. If you view your money as not your own, it is much easier to give it away. Also, consider Matthew 6:19-21. "Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust destroys and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." In these verses, Jesus challenges us with a choice. Accumulate stuff here on earth, which ultimately has no value, or use it in such a generous way that you're investing in the coming kingdom.
Fourthly, freedom. Living is expensive. When you first get married, there can be so much that you want to buy. But the principles you live by and the habits you form to fund your living are important. There is a warning in Proverbs 22:7. "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Borrowing money may seem like an easy way to buy what you want. However, without restraint, it can lead to debt that will significantly impact your financial means or even end up being an unmanageable debt, which can lead to a place of deep distress.
Finally, unity. Navigating differences in how you manage your finances will be one of the areas that brings the greatest challenge to unity within your marriage. Therefore, considering how you will achieve oneness in your financial management is worth some conversation. Part of this is making a decision if you will have a joint account or if you will develop a system to run separate accounts. Having joint accounts doesn't mean you can't have individual spending or that you need to sign off every dollar together. Within your budget, you can determine how this will work for you as a couple. Whatever you decide, take some time to practically put this decision through a lens of building unity.
So in bringing all this together, your financial management will have a great impact on your life and your relationship. Poor management or disunity can bring deep distress and is one of the leading causes of failed marriages. So as you work through the foundation setting of your financial decisions, keep in mind these biblical principles. Then when the storms come or the disagreements arise, you know where you stand and you can more easily stand firm together.